Hi everybody, welcome back to GearGossip. Well, in some of my reviews I've been bashed and harassed with no end that I'm using way too much reverb. Live with it, I'm addicted. But for now I have a perfect excuse using way too much reverb because I'm going to review a reverb unit. To be more specific, the Blue Sky Reverberator by Strymon. I hope that's the correct pronunciation for this company. All metal, I guess, aluminium housing, brushed blue finish, very stylish, very high-techy, very boutique. So nice. It's said to be a studio-grade reverb unit in a pedal. Okay, we're gonna check this. Two switches, a lot of dials, and a lot of in and out. Power in, no battery involved here. I guess I'm too lazy to open it actually. And stereo in and out. So you can use it behind your famous stereo chorus or in front of your 2 amps. Actually, it's also very, very suitable for keyboard players, vocalists, doesn't matter really, except line levels and guitar levels. Takes whatever you want to and puts out stereo or mono signals. Using left in and out is mono, which is what I'm going to do for this review here. The most obvious switches is bypass, on and off, and favorite. Hold it for about 3 to 4 seconds, and whatever you have dialed in here is stored. So you have 2 sounds on tap. Storing indicates digital unit, so no analog, boutique, esoteric stuff here. Now for the knobs. The knob most guitarists are familiar with is the mix knob. This one here, the big one in the top right corner. This is what you find on most guitar amps that have a reverb. This is just mixing in the reverb sound. Middle is 50% and fully open means no dry signal anymore. The other knobs that you can use for tweaking your sound is decay, which is just the length of the reverb, can get pretty long, almost to infinite. Then you have low damp and high damp, which is the EQ for the reverb sound, and the pre-delay. Pre-delay needs some explanation. Imagine you're standing in a cathedral and clap your hands, or play a chord, or just emit a sound. Make up your own. You make a sound, and the sound travels to the walls and back. And the bigger the room, the longer it takes for the reverb to reach your ears. It's like, that's the pre-delay. If somebody else is standing in the cathedral far away, claps his hands, you hear the sound from his hands and what's coming off the wall almost at the same time. So the amount of pre-delay can be used for giving a realistic feel to it. I'd advise you pretty much and pretty strongly to just use it to taste. 2 more switches, type and mode. Well, type is the type of reverb. Room is the most realistic thing. Plate emulates a plate reverb, and spring emulates a spring reverb with all these blah, 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 that you expect from sloppy old spring reverbs. And mode is quite interesting. Norm is a normal reverb with nothing. Modulation is some sort of chaotic chorus only applied to the reverb signal, not to the dry signal. And shimmer is an octave. How to explain? You have to hear this, which you're going to do now. Hüfner very thin guitar with flat wound strings. So no noodling, just chords. This is bypass and the bridge in parallel. Engage. Everything in the middle, normal, room, big reverb sound. Good starting point for explaining all the dials, which is kind of hard to do, but I will give my very best. Pre-delay. As you notice, there's some sort of slap back in there. This is because of pre-delay. With a shorter decay, it can be used for some sort of rockabilly sounds. can't play rockabilly at all. So the other thing that you could do with pre-delay is place your sound in the room. Long decay, big room, and less pre-delay and more mix. And you have the impression. Somebody's playing in a very, very big room far away from you. Now turn up pre-delay and less mix, and you have the impression that somebody's playing in the same big room, but is standing right beside you. Oh, digital. Longer decay, more mix. And then you notice something. The sound gets boiled down to the mid-range, losing treble and bass on the way through the room. This is low damp and high damp. That means each time a sound hits the wall and gets reflected, it doesn't get reflected completely. It loses treble and bass, which is the way it's supposed to be, actually, in nature. If you turn up these dials, you're gaining. This damp is wrong, simply. So this is all treble in the reverb, and no bass at all. Very esoteric and very unrealistic. No bass in there. The other way, you can get pretty dark and threatening sounds. Full bass. Now for how long or short the decay can get. This is the shortest decay in there. Familiar? With quite a lot of pre-delay. Less. More decay. Recording room, very big. In this range, we're already talking halls. And this one goes up to almost infinite. But this is too much for complex chords. If you want to get rid of this, click, flick a switch. And now mix fully open, no pre-delay, for showcasing the difference between the room that we heard right now and the plate and the spring. Room, again. Sort of building up quality. The plate A little bit artificial, but more direct. And then the good old spring. That, just like the original, really doesn't like hard input. Plop. Wow, these strings are hard. Yeah, classics. Yeah, I do not like spring that much. I prefer plate actually. Let's stick to plate and modulation. Longer. So now you have this modulation on the reverb trail, not on the original signal. You've heard this before, I guess. Bridge. Quite alright for the chord, but not for the rest. What can you do? Save this. Ding. So this is saved. Esoteric stuff. We're talking digital here, so I can get rid of the modulation. Decay, zack, less mix. And then back. This is this one still. And back. Ting, tick, tack. Ding. So this is where you could use the switch. Just be careful if you're using the switch. We're talking digital. All these settings do not make sense anymore, because this is this sound, but the other sound that I just dialed in is displayed. That one. So I will stick to this one. So much for modulation. Now for shimmer. Shimmer is an octave in the reverb trail, which is kind of weird, very spooky. Eleanor. Ghost movie. But I guess this is not the point. The point is something completely different. Turn down guitar, infinite decay. Shimmer, pre-relay. it can be more useful if you're not in infinite mode. So the rest would be just brainless noodling, and I guess you have had enough of this. What is my opinion about this one? Actually great sounding reverb pedal, studio grade. I agree. I do not hear any sort of noises in there or out of it. Just really, really cool. Initially, I thought I could easily live without this shimmer thing, but other companies would make a complete unique pedal just out of this feature. So anything between experimental stuff and really, really realistic reverb all in there. I guess it's quite pricey. I have not checked, I must admit. Check out strymon.net for more information on this one, and check out BTM Guitars in Nuremberg because they lent me this thing for this review. Well, enjoy noodling around on this, and now I'm on holidays. See you.